learn about some of the essential components of house wiring system. So in the house wiring system, the first safety device is the fuse. So fuse will limit the current flow into our household or current flow into a particular appliance. So it will safeguard the circuit or any appliances which is connected in the circuit. So in this fuse, we will see a thin wire which is connected between two terminals, T1 and T2. We will see that now. So we will see the fuse near the pole, which is called as pole fuse. So pole fuse will allow a particular limited current into our household. If it exceeds, the pole fuse will melt and break. So there will be no continuous flow of current. So even we will have a fuse near our house, near the kWh meter. So that is called main fuse. So what is the purpose of this fuse? I said already that it will safeguard and permit the limited current and allows the limited current. If it exceeds, it will melt and break. So this is a safety device. So we will see now what is the material or what are the characteristics that a fuse wire requires. So the first characteristic is it should have low melting point. If melting point is very high, even the high current, high potential enters into the household, it will not melt. It will elapse. So it should have low melting point so that it immediately melts and breaks. Disconnects the circuit. And it should have high resistance. It should have high resistance, low melting point and high resistance. These are the two characteristics. Now we'll see what is the material this fuse is made up of. It is made up of lead and tin. Means it is a combination of two metals, nothing but an alloy. So it is a combination of 50% of lead and 50% of tin. So this alloy is having low melting and high resistance. What we require. Next, moving on to the principle of fuse. So this fuse wire works on the principle of heating effect of current. Heating effect. What is the principle? Heating effect of current. So whenever high voltage, high potential or current will pass through the fuse wire, its temperature or it gets heated up. When its temperature increases, it will melt and break and disconnect the circuit. So this rise in temperature depends on two factors. It is depending on or directly proportional to current rating, or we can say that it is directly proportional to the square of the current rating, directly proportional to the square of the current. It is inversely proportional to the radius or cube of the radius. So this rise in temperature depends on two factors: current rating and radius or the thickness of the wire. Now I will show you the fuse, generally what we will be using in our household. You can see here, students. So this is the fuse. Generally this fuse is having two parts, socket and the plug. Socket and this will be plugged inside. Okay. So you can clearly see this will be mounted to the wall. We will fix it to the wall. So you can see the two terminals T1 and T2. T1 at the top and T2 at the bottom. So these two terminals are connected to the live wire. You can see connected to the live wire. So this live wire, one is coming from the pole and the other is going inside the household. But clearly you can see there is no connection between these two terminals T1 and T2 in the socket until and unless we'll keep this plug. So in plug you are also having two terminals T1 and T2. So there will be a connection between these two terminals with the help of fuse wire. So the live wire which is coming from the pole was connected through fuse wire to the line which is going into the house. So this current flow is only allowed through this fuse wire between two terminals T1 and T2. Hope you understood now. Now let us see the construction of fuse wire. Construction. So we are having two things, students. One is the socket and the other one is the plug. Socket is also having two terminals. Let us think this is the socket having two terminals. One is T1 and the other one is T2. T1 and T2. For this T1, the live wire coming from the pole is connected. Live wire coming from the pole is connected. T1, live wire. And for T2, the live wire which is going into the household is connected. Okay? Now there is no connection between T1 and T2. Current cannot flow now until and unless we will keep the socket. So there is a socket. There is a socket where we are having two terminals T1 and T2. There is a connection between these two terminals with the help of a fuse wire. This is your fuse. If we keep this socket and plug in connection, if you keep them back, I have removed now. So you can clearly understand now this is a socket and you are having the plug with fuse wire. So if I keep this plug into the socket, the connection is made between the lines. The connection is made. Clear, students? So now when we will keep this inside, the connection made here between T1 and T2. So now the current will flow with the help of the fuse wire. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Why we kept this all set up here? To safeguard the circuit and also the appliances which are connected in that circuit. It will allow only a limited current. If it exceeds, this fuse wire which is connected between these two terminals will melt and break. Is there any connection between these two, students? No. The current will not flow inside the circuit now. So when the current exceeds or if any short circuits, if high voltage, this fuse wire will immediately melt and break because of those reasons. So when it melts and breaks, there is no connection between the light which is coming from the pole and which is going inside the house. So there is no current flow. There is short circuit or high voltage or fluctuations, the appliances will be safe. Because there is no flow of that high current. It was already broken here. There is no connection, disconnected. So this fuse wire will safeguard your appliance and also your circuit from fluctuations, high voltage or short circuit. Clear, students? So this is what about fuse. So whenever there is some fluctuations or high voltage or short circuit, immediately this fuse wire will melt and break. So then what we should do? So we will open it, replace this fuse wire and then connect it back after rectifying our problem in the appliance or the circuit. After rectifying the problem, we will reconnect this fuse wire. We will replace and reconnect it. So always whenever there is a problem, this fuse wire will melt and break. So it is very difficult to change this fuse wire frequently or to change this fuse wire whenever it breaks and melts. So to make it convenient, now instead of this fuse, we are using MCB. What is this MCB? Miniature Circuit Breaker. So MCB, the miniature circuit breakers are replaced in the place of this fuse. So this is the miniature circuit breaker, your MCB. Clear students? You can see one switch here which trips off. Okay, which trips off. You can see. We'll always keep it on. So the current is flowing. Instead of this, we'll keep this one. So the current is flowing through the live wire via MCB. So whenever there is a heavy current flowing or short circuit, this will fall down. This switch will fall down or trips, switches off automatically, very fast in the sense within 25 milliseconds. Within 25 milliseconds, it will trips off. After rectifying the fault in the circuit, then we will switch it on. Clear? Then we will switch it on. So it is very easy. We have removed all the inconvenience by using this. Time to time we have to replace the wire. But here, it will automatically switches off, trips down within 25 milliseconds. After rectifying the fault, we will switch it on. Clear students? So this is much safer because it is working very fast when compared to this one. So now we are using this miniature circuit breakers. Clear? MCB. Even the appliances are connected with individual fuse called as cartridge fuses. So cartridge fuses are nothing but you will be having a metal cap at the ends of a glass tube and the ends of a glass tube. And inside this you will have the fuse wire. I will draw with another color. With a fuse wire inside this. Is it clear students? So this is called as cartridge fuse. These are the metal caps. So that the current will be flowing via this. Current will be flowing through that. Okay? So these metal caps are connected to the fuse wire. Very thin. Fuse wire will be very thin because it should melt and break immediately. So each appliance is connected with this cartridge fuse. If any fluctuations or heavy current flows through the wire, flows through the line, then it will melt and break. That is the reason we told already that it works on the principle of heating effect of current. Clear students? So what is fuse? Fuse is a safety device which works on the principle of heating effect of current. It melts and breaks when heavy current flows through it, when short circuits, when fluctuations have come up in the circuit. So it safeguards the circuit and also the appliance. The characteristics: it should have low melting point and high resistance. An alloy made up of tin and lead is a suitable material for the fuse. So we saw here, there is a socket where T1 and T2 terminals are there. For T1, the live wire is connected from the pole, and for T2, the live wire is connected which is going inside the household. The plug is having the fuse wire between the same terminals T1 and T2. When we insert this plug into the socket, there is a connection made between T1 and T2. So the current flows into the circuit. Whenever there is fluctuations, so short circuit or heavy current flows through the line, it will melt and break and disconnects the circuit and safeguards the appliance. Clear? So there is an individual fuse called as cartridge fuse which is connected to each individual appliance. And this rising temperature depends on two factors. One is current plating and the other one is the radius. So whenever this melts and breaks, we have to replace the fuse wire. To remove this or to overcome this inconvenience, we have created MCBs. We are using MCB, miniature circuit breakers. So this miniature circuit breakers will trip down, shut down, switches off whenever there is a short circuit, high voltage or heavy current flows through the line within 25 milliseconds. So after rectifying the problem, we will switch it on. Clear students? So this is what about the fuse, cartridge fuse and MCB in the circuit. Very important thing students, this fuse should be connected in the live wire. Let us see what happens if it is connected in the neutral. Okay, so this is main from where the current will be coming. So we have a live wire. This is live. Current is entering to the appliance. And this one is a neutral. So current is entering into the appliance. Generally what we said, the fuse should be in the live wire. Fuse should be in the live wire. If this fuse is in the neutral, what happens? If it is in the live wire, if any fluctuations, high current flows into this, it will melt and break and disconnects the circuit. So there is no flow of current into this appliance. So even if you touch it, now we are safe from the shock, electric shock. Suppose if this fuse wire is not here, it was placed in the neutral wire. It was placed here in the neutral wire, fuse. Even if high current enters, even if it is disconnected, high current goes inside. Heavy current will enter. There is no stop here. Will enter into the appliance. So if you touch it, even there is disconnection near the fuse wire. Even the fuse wire is melted and broken. So there is no connection. But still, through the live wire, the current enters into the appliance. It may not complete the circuit. But still, current is entering up to appliance. If we touch it, we will get the fatal effect. We may even die. Very dangerous. So the high current will enter into the appliance if fuse is not there in the live wire. Even the fuse disconnects the circuit, the current enters here. Because fuse is in the neutral wire. Current may not leave through this, but current enter into the appliance. So fuse should always be connected in the live wire, which will disconnect the flow of current into the appliance. Clear, students? Now we will talk about the one more component in the household wiring, switches. Switches is nothing but an on and off device for the flow of current. This switch is always connected in the live wire. Switch should always be connected in the live wire. So it is an on and off device for the flow of current into the appliance. Switches are of two types, students. Single pole switch and double pole switch. This single pole switch, first one, single pole switch. Will disconnect the live connection. This single pole switch, when it is switched off, it will disconnect or connect only the live wire. Live connection will be either connected when it is on and disconnected when it is switched off. And the second type is double pole switch. Double pole switch. So this double pole switch, when it is on or off, it will either connect or disconnect simultaneously, both at a time, live and neutral wire. It simultaneously connects when it is on, it simultaneously disconnects when it is off, both the live and neutral wire. Both live and neutral connection at a time. So single pole switch, it will disconnect the live wire. Double pole switch, it will disconnect both live and neutral wire at a time when the switches are in off mode. Many types of switches are there. Many designs are there. But the purpose of switches is to on and off the flow of current in the live wire. Switches should always be placed in the live wire. As we saw for fuse, if the switch is in the neutral wire, even if it is in off, the current will be flowing from the live wire. If we touch the appliance thinking that switch is in off, the current is already entering into the appliance. We will get the electric shock. So the switches should always be there in the, suppose this is the main, the current entering into the appliance and leaving to the appliance. So this is live wire, this is neutral wire. So switch should be placed here. It is denoted by S. So this shows that switch is off. There is no connection. When we keep it like this, it shows that current enters. Switch is on. Clear, students? So switch should always be placed in, line. Current enters. Current enters in the line through the main. So when switch is off, there is no flow of current. When switch is on, there is flow of current to the appliance. Clear? Double pole switch. Double pole switch. It will simultaneously connect both the live and neutral. Even we will call this as ironclad switch, students. Even we call it as ironclad switch, which will be near the main. We'll switch it on. So both live and neutral. This is live and this one is neutral. Live and neutral. Both will be connected at a time. Both will be disconnected same time. Connection is made at the same time. Double pole switch or ironclad switch or main switch. So the connection is made simultaneously. Clear? So single pole and double pole switch. Even dual switches in long corridors will be having two switches in one circuit. So we will switch it on at one end of the corridors. After going to the other end, we will switch off the lights at the other end. Even in the apartments, we will switch on the lights in the ground floor. After going to the top floor, we can switch it off there by using another switch, dual switches. Okay? So like this, these switches will allow the flow of current. They are nothing but on and off devices in the circuit for the flow of current, which are placed in the live wire. Okay? Very important precaution, students. These switches should always be connected in the live, and second thing, these switches should not be touched with the wet hands. Next one, we will talk about earthing or grounding. Generally, we will talk about local earthing. Local earthing. So, what is this local earthing? We will see this local earthing near the kWh meter. A thick copper wire is run from kWh meter to the ground. We will dig a big hole around 2 to 3 meters deep, and we'll bury this thick copper wire which is coming from the kWh meter, which will be inserted into the plastic PVC pipe just for insulation, and then at the end of this copper wire is connected with a copper plate of dimensions 50 into 50 centimeters. Okay, so this copper plate is buried deep inside the earth. 2 to 3 meters we are digging, right? So this is passed through the pipe, plastic pipe for insulation. It is coming from kWh meter. Near kWh meter, this earth wire will be connected, and from there it is coming, and we are burying it deep inside the earth. So at the other end, it was insulated with copper plate of dimensions 50 into 50 centimeters, and it is surrounded by common salt and charcoal. Even we will pour some water for making it good connection. So immediately whenever the excess current comes over, it will transfer it to the earth immediately. Is it clear, students? So for making it a connection, good connectivity between the copper plate and the earth, we are keeping some salt, common salt, and charcoal. Okay, so this is called local earthing. Local earthing. So it is done near kWh meter. So this is very important. Why we are doing this earthing, we'll see when we are talking about earth wire. Okay, if any excess current is there, that is sent down into the earth. Earth is acting as an electric sink. How much electric energy we are giving it or it is taking, it will always stay at zero potential. It will always stay at zero potential. So this is called local earthing, and we will talk about earthing of an appliance. All the appliances which are having a metallic body are having one terminal to the metallic, which is connected to that metallic body, so that we will connect this earth wire to the metallic appliance, to the terminal of the metallic appliance. Suppose some paint is there, it acts as an insulator, we will remove that paint for that terminal and then we will make this connection, earthing. So the copper wire is run for all the metallic appliances and then it is buried deep into the earth. For every appliance we are doing earthing. So the metallic body is connected to the earth wire. The earth wire of the cable is connected to the metallic case of the appliance. This earth connection is denoted by this symbol. So this symbol shows that there is earth connection. Now we will talk about 3-pin plug, okay, and socket also, plug and socket. So 3-pin plug, we are having 3 pins in this plug. Can you see it here clearly? So one is red in color, which is called live pin. So the live wire is connected to this pin, and black one, the neutral wire, is connected to this plug. Live pin is on the left side of the plug and neutral is on the right side of the plug. And the top one, you can see one is at the top, which is thicker than the two, and longer, thicker and longer. This is called earth pin. They are made up of brass. You can see brass. So these pins are connected to the live wire, neutral wire, and also the earth wire. So why this earth pin is made longer and thicker? It is made longer because to make the connection first before the live gets connected. Before the live gets connected, it will connect first to the terminal, and if any excess current is there in the electric circuit, is sent down to the earth by using this local earthing. Earth wire is there for every appliance, and the excess current is sent into the earth. Just now we saw that, grounding or earthing. So this earth pin is longer because it will be connected first before this live wire is connected. So it will send the excess current into the earth and we will be protected. So these plugs are inserted into the sockets. Sockets are also having the brass cylindrical hollow holes so that these plugs will be inserted into the socket to make the connections. Every electric appliances were provided with a plug at one end of the wire, at one terminal of the wire. So this plug will be inserted into the socket so that the current flows into the electric appliance and it starts working. Clear? So this is the socket, students, where we'll insert the plug. So the pin will be inserted into the socket. Safety precautions in using these plugs and sockets. We should make sure that the plug pins will fit into the socket perfectly without any loose connection. Even 2-pin plug is also there. Whatever it is, 2-pin or 3-pin, we should make sure that they fix into this socket perfectly without any loose connection. And we should not touch these plugs or sockets with wet hands. So these are the main precautions what we have to use during connecting or touching the slip-in plug and socket. Now we'll see different colors in the wires. I'll show you some of the colors. You can see wires are made up of different colors. Many colors you can see here. Red color is used for live wire. Red one is used for live wire. Okay? And the black one is used for neutral. Neutral. Black. And earth wire. Earth wire is of green color. Here students. So what is red for? Live wire. Black for neutral wire. And green for earth wire. These are the old conventions of this green. Old conventions of this wires. Old notations. Now we are also using brown color for live wire. Red or brown is used for live wire, and blue or black. Blue or black. You can see blue color is also used for neutral. Blue. And green or yellow. Green or yellow is used for earth. Green or yellow is used for earth. Is it clear? So these are the colors of different wires. So we are using these wires with particular colors. So live wire is connected to which one? Which color? Red one. So that is the reason when we saw the plug, live is denoted by red. Live, red one. Black, neutral. Clear students? So wherever these colors are mentioned, it shows that red is for live, black is for neutral, and green is for earth in electric circuits. Or we can also use these colors. Okay? So now we will talk about high tension wires. High tension wires. So this is what about color coding of wires. And now we are talking about high tension wires. These high tension wires are connected between two poles. High tension wires, thick wires are connected. If we see it clearly, we will see that thin wires are twisted together. Each cable can permit a particular limit of current. If this limited current exceeds with high voltage or heavy current is flowing to that wire, it will burn. It gets heated up and it will burn. So special wires are created for heavy voltage, heavy current flow. High voltage and heavy current flow. Those wires are called high tension wires. So these high tension wires are of low resistance and more surface area. So more current is flowing, so that the wire should be more thick. So instead of running one thick wire, we are using number of thin wires which are twisted together. So we are using these thin wires so that to increase the surface area. More the surface area, easily the heat energy produced will be spread into the surroundings. So high tension wires are of low resistance and large surface area. And the next topic is safety precautions. So while we are connecting the wires or when we are using the circuits or electric appliances, what are the safety precautions we have to take to avoid fire accidents or to avoid the electric shock? We have to make sure that each electric appliances are connected to the earth wire. Suppose any fluctuations or short circuits or any heavy current flows through that, the excess current will flow back to the earth using the earth wire. Even appliance should be earthed, and also local earthing should be done properly near the kWh meter of every house. And we should not touch with wet hands any of the components of the house wire. We should not touch plugs or sockets or any wires with the wet hands. And we should make sure that all the insulation was done with good quality wires. And we should check them time to time. Clear? And very important thing, all the switches should be connected in the live wire. All the fuses should be connected in the live wire. They will safeguard the appliance and also the circuits from all the fluctuations or heavy voltage of current or any short circuits. So these are the main precautions we have to follow to avoid the fire accidents or electric shocks. If there is no earthing, excess current will not flow into the earth. If we touch that particular appliance, that excess current will flow into us, which cause very severe electric shock. So earthing is very important thing. Okay. So these are the safety precautions and different components what we'll be using in connecting the house wiring system.